Okay, come here, get closer. Yeah, closer. Not that close. Today we're gonna try and fix my niece's MacBook that she spilled coffee in. Through the help of iFixit!
We interrupt this video to bring you a special message from iFixit. No, we interrupt this interruption with this interruption about new stuff from iFixit. Wish you had a new graphics card, but inventory sucks? Fix the inventory problems with iFixit. Whoa, don't drop it. Can't fix that with iFixit. Just kidding, yes you can. Wish you could take iFixit with you anywhere, but your pockets aren't big enough? Introducing the new More.
And the new Minnow.
Take them with you anywhere. So get iFixit for your loved one, or just get them for yourself.
iFixit. So I know this video seems heavily iFixit sponsored today. It's actually not. I bought that battery. I paid for it, full retail. This is my niece's 2019 or 2020 MacBook Air. I can't remember, it doesn't matter. She was in college and she was like at Starbucks or something and she spilled coffee and well, the only way to really intrude in this case is right here in the back underneath the hinge of the monitor right there. And so Phil being the kind of the Apple know-it-all. Okay, of the three of us, he's the Apple know-it-all. So we took it apart and looked inside and we think we have an idea of what the issue is, but I just wanted to sort of take you guys along for the ride of me attempting to repair it. Now iFixit does have complete teardown repair manuals for this. When I bought the battery, and the reason why we think it's the battery, I'll show you, in my opinion, which is kind of a dumb Apple design, leads us to believe there's a battery issue. We'll explain that as to why. But iFixit does have complete teardowns and guides and stuff. Anyway, check this out. So it's been plugged in for a while. We've plugged it for hours and hours before. This is the power button right here. Like typically you'd have an Apple logo and nothing. So I had opened it up initially at home because I had attempted to, not repair, but investigate. I was expecting to see all kinds of liquid damage. And there's only one area where I was able to find any sort of damage where there was like built up, sticky, tacky coffee goo, because it was a sugary coffee. Anyway, to open this up, by the way, it is a pentalobe, like a special Apple designed tip, which the iFixit repair kits do come with, by the way. So again, it sounds extremely iFixit sponsored, other than the pre-roll that you guys saw that we already put in videos. This repair is brought to you by me and my pocketbook. So with shipping and everything, the battery replacement and this is all assuming the battery is the issue, and we're hoping so, came to a little over $120 or so. And the thing is, like, one of the things you have to replace with the battery is the double-sided tape that is holding it down. So I got some of that as well. And once I get this open, which is very simple to actually get into a MacBook, it's just these pentalobe screws. A lot easier than most PCs, if you want to know the truth, and I wish more were like this.
Perimeter screws?
Yeah, just perimeter screws. The hardest part for most people is just getting the right attachment for your screwdriver, because again, it looks like a Torx, but it's not. It's a pentalobe, which means there's what, 5 points. We can now just pop off the metal cover. There it is, just like that. So you can see some of the coffee goo still in there. You can see where it intruded. It's up under here, it's up under there. And she tried to clean it up. The problem is just with how low profile these are and the fact that the only opening was at the back where it touches the ground, it just right into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and real quick use my screensaver stuff, which is really a good all-purpose cleaner. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean out. I thought I'd clean this out, but I guess I only cleaned up some. This is the motherboard, like right here. It's pretty crazy, right? The CPU's under there. This is the motherboard. One thing you might be noticing is this is a 3S battery. What does that mean? It's basically got 3 separate cells that are being connected in some way in a series that creates more voltage. So what we have here is a battery cell, and a battery cell, and a battery cell. Because it's a low profile, they had to make room for the trackpad. So by doing that, they separated out the battery. Now, when you talk about multi-cell battery packs, typically there is like a piece that's soldered to the end of each cell to create the series of batteries. This is connected through this controller right here. This is actually the battery controller. Do you see these 2 prongs, this one and this one, which is actually the voltage check? Do you see how corroded and ugly they are? This is technically too, if we look at a horizontal plane, the lowest point closest to the table. It is it's actually lower than the PCB itself. So if liquid came in there, it clearly got on there because what you can't see is I had already cleaned off. Over here there was a little bit. And then over here you can see it's just all kinds of gross. So what we think is the fluid arced on here and killed the controller. And let me explain why. So each one of these batteries is basically 3.7 volt. So with all 3 batteries going into this, we should be getting, with it unplugged and potentially discharged a little bit, over 11 volts. So if I go ahead and voltage test it right now at the controller, you can see we are getting 8.17 volts. If you do the math, that means one of these batteries is not completing a circuit. Normally that wouldn't be a big deal. In fact, even for a lot of PCs, if you could take the battery completely out of your laptop. As long as it's plugged in, it'll work. The problem is the charger, which is a USB-C charger for all the newer MacBooks, won't power up the unit still because all power flows through the battery before it gets to the motherboard. So if the battery control box thingy here is bad, then it won't matter if it's plugged in because of the fact that it's not gonna complete that circuit. Remember, it's an intelligent charger, so we think the charger knows when there's not a circuit being completed to charge the batteries and it just doesn't turn on. A lot of this could be avoided if Apple in its infinite wisdom didn't force all the voltage to go through the batteries before it would power the unit. Because then at least if your batteries were bad or something like this happened, you could still use your laptop. Typically, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. And I might have even been like, hey kid, I'll buy you a new laptop. This has her newborn baby's photos on it with the only copies. So it got a little more personal, right? At the time, her kid, who is now 2, was newborn. All those newborn photos are on here, not backed up on any drive or Facebook or anything. Some of those pictures are up there, but the day of photos are on here. Now Phil had even tried to use there's like a utility that you could use to turn a MacBook or an Apple product into an external drive to try and read and get the photos off. Dead as a doornail. No communication whatsoever because again, nothing on the PCB powers up unless the batteries are functioning properly. Now you can see why this just got a little bit more personal. So what I wanna look at right now is the replacement battery. I wanna see what it looks like. The photos show it comes with the controller and everything. So here's the 4mm, or this is the 8mm wide double-sided iFixit tape. Way more than we need, but it's the size roll that comes with it. This has the part number. It has a thank you for buying our stuff. If you need something, it's late 18 to early 2020 battery new. And then it even tells us links on how to go to the teardown guide if we need it. I think this one will be pretty straightforward, but I'll check it out. I do know for a fact that those batteries are double-sided taped down, so that's where it's gonna get a little bit complicated-ish, but whatever. I wanna see what the new battery looks like, because that tells me what we're taking off. Battery calibration, obviously that means charge it to full, let it sit for at least 2 hours on the charger after it's full, and then use it until it turns off without plugging it back in, and then your batteries will be calibrated. That's true for most items. Yeah, check this out. It's basically like a single unit. It even says iFixit replacement battery. But you can see right there, you wanna see the difference of this controller versus the new one? There's what a good one should look like. Okay, so I got all kinds of stuff here now. I got my tweezers, I got my pokey thingy, more tweezers, more pokey thingies. I got duplicates and spudgers and suction cup stuff. All this stuff has been sent to us by iFixit over the years. Anyway, moving on. I moved to the teardown guide because I looked at this and I went, wait, where are the screws? Oh, they're under the speakers. So I got this tool wedged under there. It's a little different than how they show to do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and utilize my heat gun. I love how it's literally just taped down. There we go, I can hear that. The problem is the pull tab on this side doesn't exist as they're showing it. And then the other one broke off already.
Yay, speakers.
Yeah, we got them both out. It's crazy how this is a speaker box. Anyway, once the tape and everything's off, which is not that much, just a little strip there and a little bit there, but it holds really tight. They're literally just taped in there. I think with the heat and prying at it. That's why these are taped, because look, because when they're taped down, they fit perfectly. Anyway, here's the speakers out. Oh. Magnets. Now that we got those off, we can move on down to, come on down to Crazy J's. Emporium, we got stuff and things for sale and Rick and Morty ad suddenly. So come on down to Crazy J's fixing laptops and stuff, and we do it all right here. We try really hard, and sometimes we fail, and we hope you guys would at least appreciate the fact that we made an honest effort, but come on down to Crazy J's at Apple Emporium and fixing stuff. So the next thing I have to undo here is the trackpad ribbon connector. So the trackpad's right there, which is funny because it looks like a freaking coil pack. But as you can see, it runs over the battery. So I've got to take out these two T3 screws right here, which are really freaking tiny. Jeez. You know what? iFixit has sent me all this stuff for a reason, and I might as well use it. So here's the other one. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Now we have to lift up. There it goes. There we go. This is so handy. Why have I not used this in the past? Okay, now we need to lift up on this connector. Boop. Wait, do we have to remove the motherboard? Because it's setting us up to remove the motherboard. We have to literally fully disassemble this laptop to change the battery. So, that's the computer.
There's your MacBook Air.
It's pretty impressive, actually. Dude, she's so lucky nothing got ruined here. Because this is right next to the opening that everything got just like messed up by. It's impressive though, like just a chunk of electronics. That's so awesome.
Yeah, like here's a phone for scale.
Yeah. And the keyboard connector, yeah, you're right, but yeah. Careful, Annie. Careful, Annie. Unscrew the battery is the next step. Lovely. Okay, use a pair of tweezers to lift up the black adhesive pull tab on the side of the battery. And try to pull it out as parallel. See this? It's like magic. That's how it's supposed to go. That's how it was supposed to go with the speakers, but it just went. I feel very comfortable with my tweezer control just because of all the model stuff, which by the way, I'm trying to find some time to get back into building some models.
Oh.
I went too fast. That was the problem. It's like boogers. So those are off. Remove the battery. Can it really be that simple? So I can see where they put the tape, which is also where I'm gonna put the tape. So I guess realistically, conclusion. So I guess it's now we scroll back up.
Yeah.
Okay, all right guys, so basically I'm gonna do everything you just saw in reverse now, get it back together, and we're gonna see if it worked. Okay, so everything is taped back in. So here's what we're gonna do. I left the battery unplugged while I was assembling everything because I wanted to make sure and just double check that everything is locked down. All my ribbon cables are down, everything's good, nothing's sticking up. I want to test it. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and plug the battery in. Okay, the battery is now plugged in. Hello. Okay, the battery cable was not plugged in all the way. Come on. That is the happiest. I've never been so happy to hear an Apple sound in my life. Fuck yeah! I am going to be the best uncle who has ever uncled. So the next test will be right now when I get this on, get all the back, or all the screws back on. Just, okay, I was gonna say make sure it works without the plug, but now that it's making noise, cool.
Hello?
Hey, you got a sec?
Yeah.
I wanna show you something.
Okay. Oh! Oh my god!
Her face is like,
I completely forgot you had it.
it's only been like a year. If I'm gonna work on anyone's computer, whether it's repair or build it, it's gonna take a year. Don't spill any more coffee in it.
I will try not to. It's a little harder now with a baby, but I'll try.
Are you gonna back up all your pictures now instead of leaving them on your laptop?
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, I'll have to see the next time they come over and all that and pick it up.
All right.
Alright, talk to you later.
Bye. She was like, Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Okay, what did I learn? I don't like working on Apple products. I also am impressed with the engineering, but it's one of those like German engineered just means, it's not German, but German engineering means over-engineered, and that's kind of what this is. You know, the problem here, Naive Jay, who's never worked on a laptop or any Apple product, period, Phil has. And the whole I told myself, my thought was it's gonna be like, pop the back cover off, two screws, undo a ribbon cable, some tape, because I knew there was tape, because I had to buy it, and pop the new one in. And he was like, he's like, welcome to Apple products, as I was digging into this off camera. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm glad I was able to fix it for her. So not only has it survived me repairing it, it survived a drop too. You see how the corner's all bent?
Oh wow, wait, that's a different corner than the one I was looking at.
It's been, well, it probably went, like when I landed in Rocket League, you know. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
And thanks, iFixit.
Yes, thank you, iFixit, because their teardown guide made this possible. I would never have thought I had to take the freaking motherboard out.